Dave. Good evening.
Oh yeah, that's very unfortunate, isn't it? Good evening, everyone.
Good.
Welcome back to Tier 4. It's absolutely hammering it down. So,
yeah, same as last week. They had wet qualifying. Oh no, they didn't. They were in Abu Dhabi a couple of weeks before. My apologies.
It would have been Brazil where they had a wet qualifying.
Yeah, they had a wet quali in Brazil. Now they have a wet quali here in here at Belgium, which is going to be even trickier. It's such a tricky track to drive in the dry, let alone in the wet. And I think it's a full wet session as well because they got all wet tyres on the dashboard. So
I've received some reliable information as well.
Oh, was that from a certain
Potato? Yes.
Yes. And is he going out on track right now?
It's overcast in the race, which will then move into sunlight, followed by rain at the end.
Oh, okay. So whilst these guys are about to do their out laps, I just need to do a bit of house cleaning. Our championship leader, Risa, had a race ban tonight. Fortunately, he was up to no good last week, and stewards have decided to give him a race ban, so of course he won't be participating tonight. If I can quickly just go through the driver standings as well. So we have Risa, like we said, he was on 109 points, followed on by J Sack on 74. So J Sack, if you try and get a good result tonight, try and close that gap a little bit to Risa. That's what we'll be looking to do. And then followed on by followed by Raji, sorry, on 64. Then Andre on 41. Andre won't be racing tonight. And then followed on by K-Mark in 5th on 32, Max on 30, Muzzle on 28, Tiger on 25, and then Joel Granger on 23, and then followed out by the top 10 is Hilly on 18. We do have a few drivers missing, but we do have some fill-ins. We have Grugrux King, who's replacing Chaos in the Merc. Of course, wanting to get those... Yep, coming in front to get those constructors points for the Mercedes. So only 16 drivers tonight, and like you just said, with the weather changing during the race, we might see some surprises tonight. As unfortunately, Jay's disconnected, so we'll try and get him back in as soon as we can. As the first man who's about to set a lap is Shane, who's on the inter-tyre, so I'll go on board with him. Let's see what he can do. Oh,
there's a lot of guys disconnected here.
There's a Merc off as well, might be Joel or JG. I'll go back to Shane though. Oh, back end stepping out there for the Ferrari man, who's not had a bad start to the season so far. He's had quite a few points finishes, so of course with his teammate Spud, who we'll go on to in a minute because we always have our weekly Spud watch. Oh, back end steps out again through Puon for Shane. Looks like he's struggling at the minute with those inter tyres. I don't know whether they are the correct tyres to be on right now.
I was going to say, it looks like it's hammering it down. So.
It does. It just doesn't look like inter tyre conditions, but he's testing it out.
The weatherman for the rest of the field.
Yeah, it'll give a good indication, won't it, to compared to the other guys. Oh. See what I can do is come up to the bus stop chicane now. just wants to keep it nice and tidy. Don't want to get onto the power too quickly. Again, the wheel spinning. Not too bad though. Sets a time of a 1:59.8, and I'll be honest, Blade, I have not got a clue on this world if that's any good or not.
Well, it seemed on Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning for us that the AM2 guys were saying, I think pole was a 1:55 as Hilly goes in pole with a 1:59.8.
Yeah, because we also have Tebow as well, who's filling in the Renault tonight. He's set to say 2:01.3.
Muzzer across the line with an invalid lap, I believe.
We'll see if he can set another one here.
Should be able to get another one in.
But I just want to go on board with it, 'cause I just want to show the people on the stream as well, like, how difficult it is, especially through this corner. Whoa, I tell you what.
Big lift, major
Massive lift, and the back end just stepped out a tad as well, so scary moment there for the Renault.
He's just coming up behind his teammate now.
Yeah, I thought he might have had somewhat of a toe, but his teammates carried on now. Draghi sets a 1:58.8.
Yeah, there goes provisional by about a second.
Followed on by Klaus, who just goes a tad quicker in the Haas.
Here comes Mozzo, he's got Tebow in front of him as he comes down towards Perron.
Of course he should. Yeah, he'll
Left.
left.
He
Oh,
runs a little bit wide and invalidates there. So
I'm on board with Joel now. He's just coming up to the line. Will he set the fastest lap? Yes, he does. A 1:57.1, a great lap there from Joel. Of course, it depends as well, doesn't it, whether how much fuel they put in, because they can either put a couple of laps in, or they'll just go for the one hot lap and then come back in. Of course,
yeah, it's interesting, especially in the wet. You never, of course, would normally do that in the dry, unless you were driving F2 cars.
Because it's such a long track as well, and in the wet it's even longer. So, but for Joel there, he'll take that as a banker, and that will spur him on for the rest of the session to try and improve on that time. Is there anyone else on a lap? No, I was on board as Johnny when sliding through Radion there. He's invalidated his lap though. Anyone else on a lap right now?
Spud is about to start a lap.
Okay.
And I think... Oh, and Max is out at the top of the hill. But anyway, so I'm going to try and do what I normally do at Belgium and commentate a lap. So Spud now down to the source. Into this very tricky hairpin. A lot of incidents happen down there at turn 1. Coming into the famous Eau Rouge complex. Top of the hill, the right-hander. That's Radion. And this little right-hand kink, not many people know, but it has a name. That's Camel Corner, onto the Camel Straight. Down towards the Les Combes chicane. Very tricky to get your braking right. You've got to use the curve to turn the car. That's Malmedy there, the right-hander. Comes down into the off-camber right-hand hairpin of Bruxelles. Takes it well, tightens up. He's within the white lines at no-no. The tricky double left with Pouon. We saw Antonio Giovinazzi go off in last year's race. He invalidates his lap there. Another corner not many people know the name of. This is La Fagna. Right-left chicane. Coming down towards Campus Corner. Runs a little bit wide there. Through Stavolo. This is normally where it becomes flat out in the dry. Blanchimont Corner. Tricky left-hander, stay off the curb there. Liable to spin. And finally, to complete the lap, the tight bus stop chicane. The Spud pulls into the pits. Pings the pit wall. And that is a lap. although not completed, around Spa-Francorchamps.
I'll tell you one thing though, Blades. He took Eau Rouge and Radion really well then.
Oh, he's very brave, I thought.
That was very brave. Like he lifted a tad, but he's not like what we've seen so far from the others. Of course, Spudwatch, we are biased. He weren't too far off last week in Abu Dhabi from getting points, and I'll tell you what. With only 16 drivers tonight, there is a good chance that he could potentially get his first points at contest of speed. But of course, we'll go back to Spud later on. But whilst he was doing that lap, Muzza has gone fastest now with a 157 flat. But of course, it depends as well what setups they have. Now that it's like you said, it's changeable conditions. It'd be really interesting to see what setups these guys are running, whether they're running dry or a full wet setup.
Yeah, it should be interesting. JSAT having some problems with the lobby, unfortunately. Been doing well in the last few weeks as JSAT, so it'd be a shame to not have him in the race.
Yeah, of course. Had a podium last week in Abu Dhabi. Had a really solid season so far, and he want to get a good result because if he does get a win tonight, it would only close him up with about 14 points behind Risa.
I will point out, whatever happens, Risa retains the championship lead after his race bell.
He will. Yeah, he's miles ahead in a minute. Still got a long way to go in the season, so still all to play for. There's a yellow in sector 2. Now I think it's a McLaren letting us through. I'm on board with Grugrux, standing in for chaos tonight in the Merc. As he's coming through Blanchemont now, up to the bus stop chicane. Let's see what the Merc can do. Oh, gets a bit slidey. Oh, steps out again.
On the exit there.
He's going to lose a ton of time.
The 159 flat. The rain looking like it's starting to steady up.
It is.
It should be a bit of a dry line.
Maybe Inters?
Well, your favourites out there on the Inters at the minute, I believe. Yeah, Spud's on the Inters, K-Mark on the Inters, Heavy on the Inters. Clausen just on a lap on the Inters and will go again. Raggy also on the Inters, and Muzza is on the track now on the Inters. Just letting people go down at John Turquoise has
lost. Yeah, you just seen it. You just seen it. We'll see now how quickly the tyre is. Clausen's going to come up to the first sector split, marginally up. Will we see times fall in the last just over 4 minutes of qualifying here? Such a tricky corner as well, even in the dry Brussels, and I can't imagine what it's like in the wet. It's for me personally, it's one of the hardest corners,
especially on this game. It understeers really hard in Brussels. Obviously off camber, and the setups are really difficult to get right. I think it's definitely what is known as a wheel track this year.
Yeah, let's see what Clausen can do is. Going to come up to the second split. Yeah, it's 1.5 up.
So, if he keeps improving, this could be provisional pole for the Dane.
Slightly lifts through Blanchemont, of course, which is going to do as J-Sack's having another issue. Try and get back in. See what Klaus can do. This is going to be the potential benchmark for everyone else on their last runs here. What's Klaus going to set? He's going to set a 56.5. So yeah, there's a benchmark for everyone else. See what, I don't know if Klaus can get another lap in. He's got enough fuel. As Thibaut has gone. He has gone. Yeah, exit at P1. So that's the Frenchman out.
Draghi would be the next man over the line on the Inters, but he's invalidated, I believe. No, it'll be K-Mark. So, hasn't set a lap time yet. Comes to the line. But it's a Danish 1-2.
Good lap there, great lap there from Kmart. I'm on board with Muzza, but whilst I go on board with Muzza, the stream you will not see anything because I just want to try and get Jay second because he's having a few issues. Yeah, I'm sending one more here. Hopefully, all is well with him there. Oh, and Muzza at the exit of Puon has just hit the barrier and somehow has not binned the car.
For the line. So 155.4.
Whoa! Where did that come from? I was on board with Muzza because he had a really bad exit out of Puon and managed to not bin the car. And look at that! The man, the myth, the legend, right now is currently in P2. Wow. Go on, Spud, as Shane's gone as well. Where's Shane gone? He's gone around the first corner.
I think that's on the track.
Yeah, on the hairpin as well, yeah.
So Muzza's going to go again then, with just about a minute to go, just for the great game we've been given by Cody's this year.
Yeah, oh, yeah, so that's Shane stopping on track. Is K-Mark on another lap? I'm on board with him. He's going to be the first man. No, he's slowed down. He's not on
another lap yet. He's looking like he's going to go again.
Just seeing, is Hilly on our lap? No, Hilly's not on our lap. Tiger Roll. He's on his outlet.
He's going again.
Yeah, so the first man to cross the line will be Raji, on board with the Williams now.
This is looking like a quick time, KB.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's going to be a 53, I think.
It's a 54 lap.
Dead.
Great lap from Raji, puts out provisional pole. I'll tell you what though, Blades, there's a man that's a second up on his time. That is Spud. Oh.
Drives to the line.
What's he going to do?
Doesn't
improve. He was up on his... Oh, when I went over to him, he was up on his head. He was up by a second. But either way though, what a qualifying session that is. We're currently in P3 right now. As an AlphaTauri come up to line, that is the AlphaTauri of J, as he's invalidated though. Next man up is Clausen, who's invalidated as well. Now followed on by the
invalid. Joel is on a lap, but still valid. Hilly on a lap.
Who will be the next man to come up to the line now? Is it K-Mark? No, he's on a slow lap.
I think it's going to be Hilly. Hilly's just behind K-Mark. He's 8/10 up on his time. Oh, he gets a little bit of snap oversteer. Coming through Stavolo. He had a wide moment.
He's really pushing that ass. Currently in P7, can he improve on his time?
Improve. He's going to improve. But
he does up to P5. Good session there.
Are looking like rock stars. Tiger Roll's going to drive to the line. It puts it P2.
Oh, Joel! Right to death. 153.6. I don't think anyone else is going to set a lap. I think that is qualifying finished.
and what just happened?
What? I mean, Spudhead in P5. What a qualifying session that was. And he did say in the chat, Blades, he was a second up in Sector 3, but just lost it at the chicane. Lost all that time. It would have put him around, yeah, it would have put him around P3, P4. Yeah, great qualifying session from the Ferrari. Of course, the other Hasses, they had a nice session. Currently in P6 and P7.
Bad session for Antonio Giovinazzi though. P20.
Yeah, P20.
I have to say. Max will not be happy with that result either.
Of course, we normally have the Danish compatriots in the chat, of course, supporting like K-Mark and Risa. However, we've got a Spud grandstand tonight. Everyone is all supporting Spud tonight. What a session though for him. P5, and with changeable conditions in this race, anything can happen now. So that's qualifying finish. So we have Joel in P1, great session from him, followed by Raji in third, Tiger Roll, and K-Mark in P4. Spud P5, P6 Clausen, P7 Hilly, P8 is Muzza, P9 is J-Jig, and round out top 10 is Grugrux. And then followed on by Tebow, Shane, Max, J-Sack, John Turquoise, and Jay. And that is qualifying finished. What a session that was. Of course, if you're watching the stream tonight and you want to get your predictions in, let us know and I'll read them out on stream.
Up, the grid has been massive.
Yeah, Spade. Unfortunately, Risa has a race ban tonight. He was up to no good, unfortunately, last week, and he has a race ban here, so he won't be appearing tonight. Now, I did tell these guys to be good boys, and hopefully they have all listened, and none of them will press the dreaded button of doom.
You're too nice, you're too nice.
And, Blaze has Spud.
Oh,
I mean,
Spud.
Yeah, if Spud does get a podium tonight, I will be giving out 5 subs, which I say every week. But commentators curse, but I think we all want him to have a good race. Of course, like we said at the start of the season, this is his first ever F1 game, and he's doing really well at the minute.
He's doing the business.
He is. He's turned traction down, hasn't he? He's down to medium now.
Well, I'm not sure he was in that quali session.
Oh no, he would have been. Yeah, I think he would
probably
have
would have been on full.
But yeah, it's great to see him improving, and he's only going to get quicker. That's the good thing about it as well. If he keeps going at it, yeah, we'll see him improving. But Joel is a man now who is on pole position. He had a great qualifying session. He come out of nowhere. He was the last. I think he was the last driver to set a time as well. So he's, especially Joel, the last few races, he's really stepped up and had some really good results.
He was indeed the last man to set a lap. He said he had to use rich and hot lap to get to the line. The revs build and we wait so the lights go out and for the formation lap.
Yeah, so what these guys... So if you're saying there's rain potential on later, it's going to really mix up the tyre strategies. So the top 5 are all starting on mediums, and then Clausen on softs, followed on by Hilly and Muzzo starting on hards. J-Jig on mediums, Brugux and T-Robot on mediums as well, Shane on softs, Max mediums, J-Sack softs, and then John and Jay on the medium tyre. Now, when this rain comes, obviously I don't know, so it's going to be hard to judge what's going to be the right tyre to start on. But my guess would probably be mediums if it was me personally, but
I think it's going to be the mediums as well. Medium to soft it's an okay strategy. You can get overtaken done if you're brave enough.
If you guys are saying Tiger roll for the podium tonight,
that'll be the Irish contingent in the chat.
it will.
Hello, hello.
Blade, I'm going to ask you for your predictions. What do you reckon tonight?
I don't make predictions.
You don't? I'm going to make
I just
one.
jinx people. I don't want to jinx people.
I know, I do, but it's hard. It's so hard because you don't know what this race is going to throw up.
J-Sack's going to get a podium.
J-Sack. From P14, challenge accepted for him.
Big up the Alpha Tail
He
race.
just left a session. No.
Well, Jay's going to get a podium.
I've got a lot of time for Jay. I've raced with him in another league and he's very, very nice driver to me. But whatever happens, I think it's going to be a very dramatic race. As they're all just about to line up on the grid now here at Spa for the final race this week, a contest of speed. Spud in P5.
On the dirty side of the grid though.
Yes. And it's not the end of the world if you're on the second or third row because you're going to get a great run out onto Joel. Here we go though.
The lights are on, but the lights aren't on for the drivers. Now the lights are on for the drivers.
Revs are building up, waiting for the glitch. And we're off in Belgium. And Joel gets a pretty tidy start.
Oh, and there's a Ferrari round and it's spud at turn 1 in the wall.
And I can't even see because the camera angle is shocking. There we go. Oh, Raji just gets ahead of Joel as they're coming through Eau Rouge into Radion. So that's Raji into the lead.
Here comes Joel. He's going to try and go round the outside of Oh, that's not Lafania. That's Lecom.
Oh, Raji fights back though. Oh, they touch.
Forces
No.
Joel off the track. Here comes Joel, he's going to sling one up the inside of Brussels.
Oh, side by side, and look at that, at the Tiger roll. He fancies. Oh no. And there's been a coming together. And that's a safety car.
Yep, that will be a safety car.
Oh, there's a big penalty for Kmart. He's got a 5-second penalty for contact with Joel.
I don't think there's anything could be done about that, really. I
know. I mean, Joel and Kmart were really, Joel and Raji, sorry, were really fighting through.
Oh, J-Sack. What's happened to J-Sack?
J-Sack disconnected before the start of the race. What's happened to him? Is he in the car? No, he's not in the car. Oh, okay.
No idea what's just happened.
Oh, that is not gone well.
I imagine everyone except the guys on hers should pit.
Yeah, if you're Klaus and Shane, maybe best to pit now, as they are going to. Yeah, no, Shane stays out. Kmart pits.
Joel stays out, so Joel didn't get damage from that, incredibly. And spud into the pits as well.
It was just it just ran a hairpin. It was just there was about 4 cars all bunched up together, and I'm not sure who made contact with Tiger Roll, but yeah, it's unfortunate for Tiger Roll there. Kmart's going to serve his penalty. Have a wing change as well. Spud's coming as well. He's going to go onto the hard tyre. Because of the camera angle at the start, I couldn't see what happened at the on the first corner there, but obviously Spud must have had contact with someone. But it's not the end of the world for him, still a long way to go.
And he's on those hard tyres. They won't be the best for pace, but they will last. So Spud can go to the end on that set of tyres. And if you look at the clouds, it is not the best time to be on those hards, judging by the clouds.
Yeah, so whilst safety car was out, Shane. Here he has.
He thinned it at the top of the hill at Radion.
Well, the big winner out of all that is Shane. However, Shane is on soft tyres. However, for Shane, during the safety car restart, he needs to get past Joel and Raji to try and make that strategy work. Whether he might maybe go soft till the rain comes and have that really quick pace. We'll wait and see. Of course, Max had a good start. He's gained 6 places. A lot of the guys have gained good places. The only one that's lost out big is Spud and K-Mark, really, and Clausen. But yeah, dramatic start to the race, and we've still got a long way to go. 2 drivers out already as well, Blade. So, of course, Spud Watch, like you said, he's got a long way to go.
More. Just
4 more, and he just We'll keep an eye on Spud, see what he can do. So, will the safety car come in this lap? No, it doesn't look like it.
I think ASAC's crash at the top of the hill has caused this to stay out another lap. They're still under safety car conditions at the Belgian Grand Prix. Raji nearly into the back of the safety car.
Yeah, I just saw that. He was getting a bit close to comfort there. Just needs to be careful. I don't know what happens if you actually hit the car. I don't know if you get a penalty or...
you don't get a penalty, but it is invincible.
As Jay Jig is having issues. I don't want to go on a rant about Codemasters, but...
Worse than EA Sports.
It is. And EA Sports is even more...
Max is trying to give the place back, and...
Yeah, once safety car's out...
Hopefully now everything has returned to the fair order, and we can... I'm not too sure what's happening here.
Yeah, hopefully now they're all in order. The safety car should come this lap, so...
I've no idea what's happening here.
Yeah, because Max and Tebow are now changing places. They've changed... What is happening here?
So John Turquoise has taken them both and just gone. Tebow's going to just go. Everyone's going to just pass Max.
Look, what's going on here?
Everyone's going to just pass Max. Max is now slowed.
I
don't think this is fair.
Oh, this is a massive mess here. What is going on?
I don't think this is fair.
Oh, well. I mean... And Kmart's got a penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. And the safety car's in the slap.
If you're in the front group, if you're Raji, you want to just go. You don't want to slow down at all through Blanchimont. You're just going to go.
Yeah, you're going to... As harsh as it is, he's going to take advantage of this. He's going to... When's he going to bolt? And there's still 4 cars that are not caught up to the back of these as well. Spud, Gru Crooks, Tebow and Jay. It's very harsh. Hopefully those 4 can try and catch up, as Raji is bolted off now at the exit of the bus stop. And we're back underway here at Belgium.
Really unfortunate for the guys at the back. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, it's not, but we're underway though. But Shane's already got a position already on Joel. On those soft tyres, still going to be very fresh.
Fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, he's going to use all his overtake here surely, and he needs to get past Raji Right now, the yellow in sector 1, that's the McLaren off, and that's JG.
He gets past Raji.
Yeah, so Shane takes P1, and he'll bolt off into the distance now.
I'm not going to stay on board with him because he's got the rev glitch.
Yeah, so... yeah, so JG's got wing damage, unfortunately, for him. So the gap from Max to Spud's only, well, it's 4.8.
It shouldn't be near
It
that.
shouldn't be, but unfortunately something's happened.
It's in the game. So I'm getting a little bit loose through the final chicane. He needs to try and run away now.
Yeah, Raj is still staying with him. Of course, Joel will want to try and stay with these two as well. The yellow in sector 2, that's the McLaren JG. She's gone off at P1.
Just trying to nurse that car back to the pits now for Jonathan. Yeah, a great show. This race has possibly been marred by a safety car.
Yes, maybe another, well, if there's another safety car in this race, which you never know, it's still got a long way to go, may hopefully bunch the field back up and make it a bit more fairer, but unfortunately we have to deal with it for now. So Shane's off, Raj is still staying with him though, so is Joel.
Well, I think the tyres are about to come to the end of their effective life. A shame. So that safety car will have helped, but it's starting to brighten up now in the Ardennes forest, in the south east of Belgium.
So we do know that rain is coming. We just do not know when. But of course.
Well, the fact that J and J have just gone onto the hards, that tells me that we're not expecting rain anytime soon.
Maybe towards right at the end, but for now, Shane is getting away from Raji and Joel. I think DRS will be enabled next lap as well, so be critical for Raji and Joel just to stick with Shane and make them medium tyres work. But apart from that, it's still I was going to say it's still all normal as K-Mark's gone past John Turquoise to the bus stop, promotes him up into P7. Of course, had a bad start, had wing damage and a 5-second penalty. Ooh, nice move there from John.
A little bit of argy-bargy between John and K-Mark.
Look nice and clean though. Is K-Mark going to come back? Oh, picks up a penalty. Yeah, just wide. DRS is enabled. Is he going to go for a lunge? Oh no! And he's gone into the back of John and he's got picked up wing damage. Too much overspeed for the Alfa Romeo, and has picked up wing damage, and it's just in his race just gone from bad to worse. Yeah, he just picked up way too much overspeed, completely misjudged his braking, and there's a yellow in sector 2. Someone's gone off, and it's Shane. Shane off at P1. He did got wing damage. No, I think he just spun round P1.
Well, that'll be sayonara to those tyres.
Yeah, he should be pitting a slap. Should have, if it was Shane, should have really pitted during that safety car, but he stayed out. And yeah, so for Shane and K-Mark, it's not gone well for them. And it's tightened up really at the front now. We've got a little train on the go. So from Raji, Joel pits on the mediums.
Joel pits, Shane stays out, and Shane's gone into the back of Max. Very odd accident there. Just clipped the left rear off the Red Bull.
Yeah, so Joel goes onto the hard tyre.
Oh,
so...
don't do this. Oh, don't do it. Thought they were going to go side by side. Shane's got the run. Shane and Max side by side.
Oh, this is going to end up in tears. Look at the other guys as well. You've got K-Mark and John still fighting. Oh, an argy-bargy here. Oh, God, really calm down. K-Mark's got damage as well, so he's going to be so slow around this section of the track. He needs to be so careful.
You need to calm down, gentlemen.
Yeah, these guys are really getting feisty now. Gloves are up here at Spa tonight. Yes, calm down a bit now.
Everybody stay calm.
Yeah, stay calm. Yeah, so K-Mark's, yeah, so he's got an end plate missing. I think he's going to stay out though.
Well, he'll try and get the best out of his tyres.
Yeah, don't want to lose too much time. Meanwhile at the front, so Raji has a 2-second gap, a 2.5 second gap towards Hilly, and then we've got a little train of
Mozza
Hilly.
has wing damage.
Oh,
he's just hit the back of Hilly, I think.
At a bus stop. Oh, does he have wing? Let's have a look. Yes, he does. Another end plate off for the Renault, and he's in a Haas sandwich right now. And I'm going to stay on board with Mozza because what I'm going to do, and I'm going to see how scary it is going up Eau Rouge and Radion. Oh my goodness gracious!
On the grass.
On the grass, it lifted up, and Clausen hasn't really taken advantage of that. He probably slowed down as well. Yeah, so it's. Meanwhile, K-Mark's going to go for a move on Shane. Oh, I nearly lost it. He went for a massive dive bomb at the end of the Kemmel straight down. And that's promoted.
Max ran the outside of K-Mark as well.
Yeah, K-Mark's losing positions now. Oh, there's another bit of wing. No, it's John. Oh, this is. Oh,
John on the inside.
Oh, a lot of these guys are being really aggressive tonight, and they're not showing each other a lot of respect here, are they? There's quite a few cars.
With a bit of a dangerous rejoin there as well.
Yeah, reverse back onto the track.
In front of Joel. New underwear, please.
These guys are really feisty tonight. They are not giving each other an inch of respect at the minute, and it's.
Here comes Clausen round the outside of Blanchimont.
Yeah, Mozza with that wing damage. Clausen's taking advantage of it. Moves up to P3. Great race so far for the Haas's. Currently in P2 and P3.
Mozza off the throttle and on the brake early. He's coming into the pits.
Yeah, so you expect him to go onto the hard tyre.
He's crashed into the pit lane again.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say anything about Mozza in pit lane because he did that a couple of times in Brazil.
Max has spun it as well, I think.
Has he got wing damage?
Mozza and K-Mark both in for new wins.
No, Max hasn't got any wing damage. Just spun there.
Had some sort of incident at least.
We said that this race was going to be dramatic, and it's really living up to it in a minute. As we've got a Frenchman of Thibaut, Monge 2 Thibaut, on your way through, sir, to P5.
He won't be too long until he's looking at the back of Shane. Shane's tyres starting to die.
Yeah.
You can see the graining on his front left on the onboard view.
Yeah, now we had those few laps at the start of just completely no chaos. It's kind of calmed down now because the gap's quite big to everyone. But if you're Raji at the minute, he's had a really good race so far. He's currently got the gap out from Hilly to 4.3 seconds. I'm not sure the pit. I'm not sure the tyre life of the mediums blades. I don't know if maybe like lap.
They won't go to the end.
Are we thinking lap 15, 16 maybe?
Yeah.
If we can stretch them out.
Probably for softs again. Obviously, the safety car not helping anyone's race really, but. I think Shane's made the wrong decision staying out this long.
Yeah, we will not. Matty has said something, but I will not mention anything about that, and we'll carry on the race.
He comes in now. Shane into the pit lane.
Yes, he is.
He's already on the limiter. He loses a lot of time there, and it's going to be medium tyres.
Okay.
So fresh mediums going onto that. That's alright. Going to drop behind Muzzer as well. Should come out between Muzzer and K-Mark. Unless K-Mark gets a shifty on down the straight.
Yeah, so now the race has kind of died down a little bit. Only closest battle we got on track right now is between Tebow and Gruguk's King. Gruguk's looking very nice at the minute. He's on hard tyres.
Tebow will need to pit. I believe he started the race on those soft.
Yes, he did.
Sorry.
Hilly as well. They're currently in P2. He's on hard tyres. He's got a nice gap to his teammate as well. Of course, Clausen will need to pit as well. So maybe hard tyre was maybe the tyre to go for, because you could just run it so long. You know, well, they're going to go on forever.
Just depends on when this rain comes, really.
Yeah.
Oh, Gro gets a little bit slidey. That's going to cost him. Got a little bit of a squirm on out of Campus Corner. But he's staying with Tebow for now.
Yeah, it's quite low on
DRS.
Yeah, it's got DRS, but he's really low on ERS, so might not see a pass this time round. He just needs to maybe get a couple of laps of battery saving.
The racing point of John.
If he had a moment at P1.
Kept his nose clean. Wing in pristine condition.
Meanwhile, we've got Joel, who not long pitted for the hard tyres, all over the back of Max here. Of course, started on pole today. Had an incident on lap 1 and has fouled down to P8 in a minute, but he is on those hard tyres, so he can go to the end if he wants. Of course, depending when this rain comes, so he's not in the worst position. If and when
we have no code masters to lie.
Yeah.
Jeff is not the most trustworthy of individuals.
No, he's not. And of course, Blades, penalties. We haven't even factored penalties yet, have we?
We have not looked at penalties.
It's so easy to pick up penalties on this track. There's so many places where you can pick them up. So, of course, towards the end of the race, we'll have a quick look through penalties and see if that will promote any drivers up and down the field massively. So lap 11, halfway through the race. We are expecting some wet weather towards the end. So it's just for a fact now that these guys just need to keep their head down and just keep banging in laps. There's a yellow in sector 2. Is that K-Mark?
I think it was K-Mark.
Yeah. Just kept going now. Yeah, like I said, for these guys now, it's just about banging in good consistent lap times. Oh, Joel's all over the back of the Red Bull, which in turn
Max is all over the back of Spud.
Yes,
now.
he is. However, Max will need to pit again.
Max is yet to pit in general, so
yeah. So Spud can just let him go if he wants to.
If I'm Spud, I'm letting Max go.
Yeah, definitely. Up the hill now.
Stick with him. Max has got to run, so Max is going to go through. Joel might go through. Joel's staying in the slipstream of Spud. He's going to go for a move up the inside, and he's going to get that move done. So,
It's smart. It's very smart from Spud. Oh, no, he's DNF. I thought he left the session there. That's very smart.
I've just been looking at the penalties. I believe Spud has 6 seconds. However, one of them is from his incident at the start. So I think he might be able to get that one looked at from the stewards. So.
Bear that in mind. But yeah, that was very smart from Spud. Just let him go, and just try and keep up with him now if he can. If he can just try and keep within DRS of these guys. Oh, it goes wide there though. Might pick up a warning for that. But yeah, if you can just stick with them. And but his race will come later with those hard tyres.
Saving his battery. He needs to burn it.
Yeah, he needs to start burn
that battery, my friend.
Burn that battery. Oh, I'm on board with Max, and he's gone through Blanchimont. And he's picked up wing damage as well.
So that'll be a pit stop for Max.
Oh, I need to be careful because of Muzza. Oh no, I knew that was going to happen.
And Muzza's going to be stuck in the wall, I think.
Oh no.
He's using manual gears, sorry, he just couldn't get out.
Muzza was going to go down to the inside. Didn't realise, of course, that Max needed to pit. And then as soon as Muzza come to the inside, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, and that's ruined Muzza's race for sure, because he's only just pitted for mediums as well. Oh, he is not going to be happy with that.
It's a great shame for Max and Muzza, but they obviously do have a discounted stop now under the safety car.
Yeah,
the VSC, sorry.
Yeah. This might help the medium guys though, of Clausen and Raji. They are only around 62 though, so we are back under green here at Spa.
And thankfully, no penalties from the VSC. So, it'll be all out racing for these guys now. No drive-throughs to be served.
So I'm watching Muzza, just pitted for another set of mediums, gone past John, moves up to P11, yeah. I mean, if you're Muzza, he's just going to be... I mean, there's nothing he could do about that. He went in the inside, but he obviously, of course, he didn't know that Max had to cut back into the pit entry. Yeah, you never know though, we've still got 8 laps to go here. Anything can happen, what we've seen so far here tonight.
Yeah, anything can happen, usually does in contest with speed.
It does. It's been such a chaotic race tonight. I mean, I've only just come back from holiday a couple of hours ago, and this has really livened up my day, because I was a bit down on the way back. Yeah, but these guys are making my night.
Just back from the holiday.
Yes. And what a night to come back to. A dramatic race so far. Now it is definitely died out because there's a lot of big gaps at the minute. So yeah, it's great to see though. That's what we want to see here at Contest Speed. Dramatic races, unpredictability,
wet weather,
and wet weather hopefully on the way. But at the minute though, it's still clear skies. Can't see much overcast at the minute.
Raji still out on those mediums that he started the race on.
Yeah, he is.
These 3 guys at the front all should have to pit again. So,
yeah, like we said, I mean, for the guys in the top 3, they've just stayed out of trouble, kept their noses clean, and yeah, look, they're reaping the rewards at the minute. Especially the 2 Hasses around an absolutely immense race at the minute, currently in P2 and P3. So Raji pits.
Yeah, Raji first man.
Will Clausen pits?
No, Clausen's going to stay out.
Okay. Clausen has pitted, didn't he? He started on a soft tyre.
Yeah, Clausen's pitted, but I don't think those mediums are going to last him.
But do you not think because of the gap that he has compared to the midfield, he could maybe stay out and stretch it.
Try, but I don't think there's much benefit in staying out and trying to stretch.
So Raji has come out just ahead of Grugux. He's onto the soft tyres. So he'll be on the hunt for the Hasses now. There's another battle as well that's going on. Of course, we have Spud on hard tyres and T-Rose on fresh softs. So we'll expect the Renault to get past the Ferrari quite easily, but it's not
probably on the next lap.
But again, this is not Spud's race. Spud does not need to fight Tebow here. Just let him go.
Spud's race is ideally with K-Mark.
Yeah, just concentrate on his own race and just let him go. But I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna mention him again for a while, and I'm gonna go back to who shall we go to? Who shall we have a look at? Shane. He hasn't had the best races so far. Of course, teammate was Spud at Scuderia on medium tyres, so you want to try and close down his teammate. It's about 2.8 seconds off his teammate as Tebow's all over back.
Tebow's gonna stay behind. He's forced Spud into an error.
And I tell you what though, Blade, look how much battery Spud's still got. He's got 86% still, and he's not using
the rear end a little bit there out of the last corner.
Then again, Tebow's on about the same, so he should get past him. But Spud, right now, he just want to start using that battery a bit more now. This is a part of the race where...
Yeah, but not up here. Not up here.
Oh no, not up here. Do not use up this hill, Spud. Tebow should get the run on Spud here, should get the move done. Goes onto the grass though. And he gets past the Ferrari in the end. But yeah, that was a bit squeaky bum time there for the Frenchman. But he makes his way up. Yeah, makes his way up to P6 though.
No. 11 seconds to K-Mark now. And K-Mark on aging soft. Spud on aging hard. Hards don't look too bad, but...
However, he has two soft runners behind Shane in K-Mark and Max. Yeah, but like you said as well, K-Mark's in 6 laps. So, there's a slow McLaren.
No, it's not Joel.
No, it's Joel. It's Jay Jig.
It's Jay.
I thought that was Joel for a second then. He had a really bad look in Abu Dhabi. He was on such a good race at Abu Dhabi. I think he's on for a podium, and it went completely wrong from there. I thought
and he's crashed into the...
Yeah, I've just been on board with him. Joel, J-Jig, sorry, he's a lap down already. He's just, he's not his race tonight, unfortunately.
And Clausen's tyres are starting to hit 60%. So
he's going to start struggling. Muzza picks up another penalty. I think he's picked up quite a few tonight, so it's not gone well. Not gone well for the Renault tonight. As Spud let his teammate go. Of course, fresher medium tyres. Again, the smart thing to do. As Raji, of course, fresh softs, he's just got past Clausen. Expect Clausen to pit this lap because those tyres are just gonna. He's gonna be losing so much time now. And if he just goes onto softs. Oh, Max is gone. It's a safety car. Where's he? Oh, he's lost up the hill. Already on. Go on board with John. See if there's a stricken Red Bull. There is. Yep, there it is. So that's Max out of the race. It's brought out a safety car, and if you are the front runners now, this is perfect to get onto those soft tyres. However, I don't know about you, Blaze. It looks a bit overcast.
It is looking a bit overcast. We shall see. If it is going to get overcast and start raining, the softer the tyre you want to be on.
Oh yeah, So will Hilly's got a pit, yeah. So he caused the smart thing from to pit. Vaggie will retake the lead. Of course, will his teammate needs to pit. Yep. So Clausen is in the pit. So that'll be a nice double stack there. They had a really nice gap. They had a 7-second gap between them. So that should work really out well for the Haas. Drew pits. Joel will pit. Thibaut should stay out. And he does. Will Spud pit. Oh no, Shane, sorry. Will Spud pit.
Yeah, he's gonna.
He's beyond his teammate though.
Yeah, but he's got a massive gap back. So.
Ooh, K-Max locked up in this game. Will he pit? Yes, he does pit. Muzzer,
This could
yeah.
be interested.
Oh, yeah, so Spud is going to lose out. He's not going to. Has he lost out any positions?
No, he won't lose out any positions.
Okay. So they're all on fresh softs now. Muzzer pits. John's going to pit as well. I expect Jay running in P13 or P12 now to pit. So down to 13 runners. Will the safety car come in this lap or the next lap as well? Because we've only got 4 laps left as well, haven't we? So
Yeah,
be
I've got a funny
interesting.
feeling it's going to start raining during this safety car.
Oh yeah, I've got a feeling that rain's going to hit and it's just going to be absolute carnage at the end of this race. Oh, Blade, there's a racing point who's gone onto intermediate tyres. But it's not rain. Oh, hang on. Oh, you can just see a bit of rain. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, it started raining. And they've all just pitted for soft tyres.
Well, like I said, it is the tyre you want to be on in the rain. But
will it start raining hard enough for those softs to completely go off to make them change to inters? Oh, and if the safety car comes in this lap as well, what are you going to do? Will
safety
people?
car looks like it's staying out, so.
Because yeah, you've got the Renault, and John's gone off on track. He's lost it the Camel Straight, the chicane. Oh, it is starting to rain. I'm gonna go on board with the race leader. Oh, it's really. Oh, I think it might be time for intermediates. Oh wow! Are these guys going to pit again and go intermediates? Are people going to gamble and stay out?
Raji in. Yeah, everyone's
in.
Pits.
Whoa, K-Max. Oh, okay, so they're all on to intermediates. The safety car will stay out. Oh, again for Spud though, unfortunately, he's going to lose out on so much time because he's right behind his teammate. Oh.
Cheeky double stack.
Yeah, double stack at Ferrari.
Oh, he's got onto softs again.
No! Oh, what's happened? Oh no.
Well, you never know, he might still be able to.
Oh, I just. No, he spun!
Oh, he's just spun it.
No! No!
Keep it going.
I don't want to show bias, but no.
I think Mazda's going to have to give that position back, he is. So.
Oh no. He was on for such a good result.
Whoa, John Turquoise, what the f... Anyway.
Oh, okay, is he being a bit reckless?
He just... I have no idea what's going on. Mazda and Spud are getting penalties for overtaking each other.
Oh. Hopefully they were taken off.
Get a penalty for overtaking John Turquoise.
Yeah. These are going to get taken off them at the end of the race, so... Oh, from the stewards, so hopefully we don't have another safety car glitch where they all get yeah. Oh god.
This is silly.
It's been a dramatic race, but then it just gets ruined by stuff like this that Codemasters really need to look at. And it just spoils it for everyone that's taking part and for all of us watching here. John picks up a penalty. So yeah, so it's
I think if you spud now, you're gambling.
Yeah, just gamble and just screw it. You're gonna have 3 laps left. You never know what can happen. Safety car should come in this lap, so all the guys on the inters should be able to.
It's a very late call for the safety car if it is coming in.
Yeah.
A very late call from the
These guys need to be so careful. I know we got a 3-lap dash, but you're round Spa, you're in the wet. You just need to be sensible about this.
Safety car staying out. Safety car staying out,
for
Katie.
2 more laps. So can Spud pit for inters? Get that wing damage repaired. Yeah, it is going to stay out. So we're going to have a 2-lap dash to the end. So yeah, good for Spud there. So hopefully he can go back in, get those inters on, get back out, and he's still within a chance of points here.
John Turquoise pits to serve his penalty.
Yeah, he had a 5. Yeah, so did Spud though, didn't he? For ignoring the yellow flag.
And John Turquoise now can't get it removed. So.
Yeah, so what's oh god, it's going to be, yeah, the stewards are going to have a lot on their plate after this race, but whoa!
Oh, Shane's retired.
What's on to Shane?
He binned it looked like. The top of the hill.
Oh, I'm going to go on board. Well, hang on. Is he back in? No, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's still on the track. He's on the track, man. I'm going to go on board with John. He's just coming up the camel straight now. Is there a stricken Ferrari? There is a stricken Ferrari. Oh, okay. So that puts us down to 12 runners. God, what a this race has just been absolutely insane. I'll tell you what. I love contests of speed sometimes.
EU4 never ceases to amaze.
This is by far the best race we've had so far this season. It's been amazing. Now, a word of advice from me to these guys at the front. Yes, you've got a 2-lap dash to the end. Yes, if you're Thibaut, Hilly, Grugux, you can see a potential podium aside, but they just don't get carried away. You're in wet conditions at Spa. Just be sensible on your first lap. Get used to the conditions, and then start to push on the last lap. But these guys just need to be sensible now.
And that's Jay retiring.
Jay, 11 runners left. Safety cars in this lap. Spuds in P11. And here we go. This is going to be an absolutely great ending to this race. I cannot wait. So the safety car's gone off into the distance, and Raji is going to lead the way for the last 2 laps here in Belgium. When is he going to bolt? I don't even know the penalty situation either, Blade, so we're just going to wing it for these last 2 laps as the drama unfolds here at Spa. When's Raji going to bolt? He's off now, and they're back away. Racing.
I thought it was the Renault, but it was the safety car.
So they're off. So Raji gets a great start. He already got nearly a second towards Hilly as the Mercedes has gone wide at turn 1 as well as Screwworks. They all need to be ever so careful here. Muzza gets past 1,000. And they're coming up through the hill for the first time in the wet conditions. Okay, Mark picks up 3 seconds. They all look fine to me. Yep, they're all through. Oh, and there's McLaren of Joel and Muzza. Muzza gets a better traction. Come down into Brussels. Oh, Joel's gonna try and outbrake himself with a round. the outside of Brussels. Bravery, but it couldn't get the job done on Muzzer, so Muzzer's up to P5. And remember where Muzzer was during the race as well. He had that incident with Max, unfortunately, but look at him now, he's up to P5. We did have a ton of penalties. I haven't got a clue who's going to win this race. I haven't got a clue who's going to get a podium. But we've just got...
It's mad, it's mental, and that's just fair.
So Raji's off into the distance. Got a 2.8 second gap already to Hilly. Might be running a hybrid setup because he's just gone now.
I know for a fact Spud's running a wet setup.
Yeah, so Spud...
Because I was the one that told him to.
I'm not saying anything, I'm not mentioning him. I'm just going to let... Anyway, on to the final lap here at Spa, and look at that train. There is a massive train from second downwards. Anything can still happen here. They're all bunched up together still. Can Thibaut get a good run out of first corner as they come down towards Radion / Eau Rouge for the final time? Just need to keep it nice and sensible through here. Oh, there's a Renault! Is that Muzzer? No, Muzzer's gone into Joel! No! Muzzer lost it! No, and John's gone as well! Oh my god! And Thibaut's gone past Hilly to P2! Oh, there's been a massive pile up! Oh, I can't believe what I've just witnessed! And Hilly's gone as well! Hilly was in the podium, he's dropped down into P7, he's got damage, which promotes Thibaut and Krugerux into P2 and P3. We haven't even taken into consideration the penalties. Spud's into P8, just keep it on traction, just go slowly. Look at it, look at Carlson, he's going to go for the inside of P1. Oh god, he thought about it. McLaren goes on the Mercedes, and Merc goes wide. Look all five for positions here.
Race.
Oh,
what a crazy
what an ending. Look at, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where people are going to end up finishing. But what an ending to the race.
And it's going to be euphoria for one member of the EU4.
Oh, Krugerux.
Drivers' Championship.
Look at Clausen all over the back of the Merc, but I'm going to go to the Williams of Radji, who's had a very nice race, kept it nice and clean, out of trouble, and is going to win here in Belgium. Great win for the Williams, followed on by Thibaut.
I've got something to tell you, KV.
Is it happening?
Spud's going to finish P6.
Kmart goes the line. Hilly, J.
Spud's P4.
Spud P4!
P5, sorry. P5.
P5 limbs in the commentary room, and Spud gets his first point of contest of speed. Wow! What a race! I don't even know where people finished there. So there's the Thibaut finished P2, and Clausen, I think, got ahead of Krugerux and has finished in P3.
Clausen P2. Thibaut
P2.
P3. Reggie P1.
What an ending! I can't believe what we've just witnessed there.
I do not believe it.
What an ending. We had 8 runners finish in the end, and there you have it. Raji takes the win here at Spa, followed on by Clausen, followed on by Thibaut in P3 that rounds up the podium. Then Hilly in P4, Spud in P5. What a race! Just congrats to him. And then followed on by Krugerux in P6. Jay, who gets his first points of the season, great from him into P7. And then our last points finisher was K-Mark. Then we have Muzzer, Joel, John, J-Jig, Shane, Max, J-Sack, Tiger Roll, all did not finish. We had 16 runners, but only 8 finished.
What a crazy race.
Wow, I just need to get my breath back on this, because I don't know what I've just witnessed. What a race.
While you're getting your breath back, I'll get the podium guys suggested for you. And I think
Oh God.
Thomas gave him an interview when he beat me at Abu Dhabi, so I think should we give him an interview this week?
Yeah, we will. we have to. I mean,
think it's only right.
It's just wow.
That is what a crazy ending to a crazy race.
I can't believe what I've just witnessed. I thought he had P4 for a second. It looked like he jumped straight up to P4. Oh, but what an ending. I can't believe what we've just witnessed there. By far one of the best races, dare I say, Blades, ever in contest of speed. I know we're going to be biased because I'm an EU4 commentator, but Jesus Christ. Oh, what an ending. Oh, so whilst Blaze gets the podium and Spudding.
I've suggested them for you.
Okay.
So.
Oh, what an ending. Let me look. Actually, I'll get them myself. I think I have them all as friends. So it was Tebow, Clausen, Raji, and Spud. Let's try and get those 4 in. Whilst we wait for them 4, that's it for contest of speed this week. And what a way to end the week.
Mental, absolutely mental.
Driver of the day. It's Spud for me, but I will give a shout out to Clausen as well. Clausen had a really solid race. Yeah, what an ending. That was just absolutely insane.
That was crazy.
Oh.
Wow.
Just waiting for Raji to come in, and then we should get on with the interviews.
Good evening.
Good evening, gents. Actually, I don't think Raji normally speaks when he gets podiums. I think I'm right in believing that. Yeah, so yeah, Raji doesn't. So whilst our race winner won't be able to talk to us, we will still be able to talk to a few of our drivers who, what we just witnessed was just one of the most insane races I've ever witnessed in my life. And I'm going to go on to the man, the myth, the legend, that is Mr. Spud. Spud, good evening.
Hello.
You finished in P5 tonight. How does that feel?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
What was the first words that come into your mind, and don't swear?
Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord. That's a good one. I'll give you that
Say
one.
it in a
you had a pretty hectic race. You had a really not. Of course, your qualifying as well was just insane. I think you finished P5 in qualifying, and then during the race, you accidentally went onto soft tyres during that wet, when the rain started to come, and then obviously you luckily managed to get back into the inters. Did you think at one point you'd get points, or did you think after that was it for you?
I thought that was it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then first corner of the last lap, I saw John Turquoise hitting the wall, so I went for the move.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you had. By far, everyone in the chat. You. I mean, for me, you know me. You're my driver of the year, but yeah, you fully deserve driver of the day, Spud, and that's your first point in contest of speed. So congratulations, mate.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, pleasure. P3, I will go on to Mr. Monge2 Tebow. Good evening. How are you? Good. Yeah, you had Yeah, it looks like it looked like you kept it nice and clean all race. You wasn't really involved in a lot of the drama that we've seen. So I think you started mediums and then went to softs, and that really works for you. And then of course you took advantage of the intermediates at the end, but of course you lost out on penalties. But still, I believe this is your first ever podium. Oh, well, congratulations to you both, and hopefully we'll speak to you again soon on the podium. Yeah. So congratulations, and then we go on to P2. Clausen, good evening.
Good evening.
You had a really solid qualifying and race, of course, with your teammate, who unfortunately had an incident on the last lap. You both looked really good for maybe a double podium, but it didn't work out. But for you, you had a really nice solid race. You had no issues. You just kept it nice and clean, and yeah, and I think that's your first podium as well.
Yeah, my first podium.
Yeah, so I'm guessing for you it was pretty much just keep it nice and clean, because I think Raji he was quite a way down the road.
Yeah.
And then of course you and your teammate, like we said, that ran well, but you should be. But I'm guessing you're still over the moon with a podium, because you said before the race that you weren't confident.
Nope, no confidence.
No. But but it's worked out for you, and you've got your podium. So yeah, congratulations, Klaus, and yeah, hopefully we'll speak to you again soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. So that rounds off Contest of Speed this week. Next week we are at, where are we, Blades? I don't
We
even
are in
know.
Monaco next
We're in
week.
Monaco next week. I know these guys on the podium are looking forward to Monaco. I can't wait for it.
Principality,
Yes.
and I believe it'll be you and me again.
Yeah. I'll take that. Yeah, so next week, if you tune in next Monday at 10 PM GMT, yeah, we'll be around the streets of Monaco next week. But apart from that, I just need to get my breath back, because that was one of the most craziest races I've ever watched. But
It's the most incredible ending in the history of the world.
It was brilliant.
And we don't even know who won.
No. But again, but yeah, Blades, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm sure you weren't disappointed in that.
Not at all. Quite happy. I ended up filling into.
Yeah, and that's
So.
yeah, not a bad feeling for tonight. Well, yeah, but that's it from us here at Contest of Speed. We hope you all have a good week, and from us, it's a good night.